which is the best place to get traffic from and to generate leads for your online business. Is it YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, etc.? Well, the truth is that there is no best way for you to generate traffic from. Okay? So all of these platforms, they are all slightly different, but the goal is always the same. Now, the best way for you to generate traffic may be very, very different than what the best way for somebody else is. So it depends from millions of different factors. Okay? But what the reason for this video, guys, is to, explain that sales funnels, selling stuff online, and funnels as a whole has nothing to do with marketing. It's a sales process. Okay, so selling is one thing and generating traffic is a different thing. So marketing is what drives people to your landing page. Okay, you use marketing to drive people to your landing page. When they enter the email address there, in most cases, they have a few emails going, you send a few emails and stuff like that, but they're already into a sales process. The emails are part of a sales process. And most people don't really, I see marketing agencies, that they don't send emails to them. They don't know what they're doing. So don't think that the marketing niche and make money online and all that stuff is saturated. It's not. There are a lot of people doing it, an awful lot of people, and especially when you're online, you're left with the impression that it is saturated and that everyone is doing it, but that's not the case. Most people out there, outside, in the real world, not on the internet, they don't really know what they're doing. And I came to this conclusion by actually, speaking to quite a few people that are, digital marketing agencies and stuff like that. And now all these platforms, Google, Facebook, and etc., these are the places where people go. They've got the traffic, Now, you need to do what these platforms tell you to do, so you can take some traffic away from them and put it on your list. So it's like stealing traffic from them, But they won't just give you traffic like that. They're not, it's not like, oh yeah, there you go. And for example, by now probably that Facebook has absolutely killed organic reach for Facebook pages. So organic Facebook posting is extremely hard. Most people, it doesn't matter how many likes you've got on your page, most people don't actually see what you're posting, and even though they have liked your page. So and the reason why Facebook have done that is just because they want your money. And if you pay them just a little bit of money, your post is going to be seen by thousands and thousands of people. It's called boost. You can just boost your post, and they have done it so easy that you just click here and boost the post, and you even get a notification. If you click on the boost button and you don't boost the post, you're gonna get a notification by Facebook saying, oh, you just a few more steps to finish boosting your post. And instead of boosting, what you need to do is publish that post and then go and run an ad for it if that's what you want. But don't just click boost, because they will just show the post to random people and they're just going to take your money. So that's one thing that Facebook has done. And you can very easily see, for example, a digital marketing agency, if you want to see if they're good and if they're doing their job properly, all you need to do is just click on their social profiles and see what's going on there. And you can very easily see how would you trust a company like that with your money when they can't do it themselves. And I mean no offense to any digital marketing agency, they're not all like that. It's just I saw a few that are, you know, just it doesn't look like they're very good at their job, so I would never ever pay someone like that. Anyway, so the next thing that's going to happen is now Instagram will probably follow. Right now, if you just post on Instagram all the time, your account will keep growing and growing and growing, because there is organic reach, and when you post anything and you put the hashtags and all that stuff, you will get a lot of likes and a lot of people will follow you because of that post. And if you just keep posting and posting and posting, your account will grow organically. Now, some of you might say, well, yeah, but just look at your accounts, they're not really good, so why are you even making comments on that? And I'm not even posting there. I mean, I can't keep up with everything, so I'm not focusing on social media in any shape or form, but just things that I have tried, and I know, obviously I know what the situation on social media is. I'm not claiming that I'm an expert or anything like that. I'm just saying that this is it, yeah? And so the best place for you to find leads for your business depends a lot from what your business actually is. And there are a few ways to do it, and some of them take time. So there is a quick way and there is a slow way. Yeah, the fast way for you to start generating traffic is paid advertising, obviously, and it costs money. And you need to know what you're doing, because otherwise you're gonna lose money. But it's quick, okay? So for example, you set up a landing. Let's say, for example, you are selling some kind of services or something, yeah, or a course, a digital product, something that is, you know, quick, not physical products, digital product. It can work with physical products as well. And you set up a landing page where they show interest by entering their email address, and that's it. Yeah, a squeeze page with just an opt-in form. And you start generating traffic using paid advertising, Google ads or Facebook ads or whatever. And it's pretty much instant. If you know who you're trying to target, you need to know your niche and stuff like that, so you can target them on Facebook. Without knowing a niche, you can't run ads properly. So that's why most people are saying you need to know your niche and all that stuff, because you can't run ads otherwise if you don't know who it is for. On Facebook, on Google it's different. So you set up a landing page and you start driving traffic to this landing page, and that's it. And then the emails and your email sequence and what's happening on the back end will decide if they're gonna buy or not. And the other way is by doing content marketing or organic, which is an extremely slow process. Takes years, probably. It takes years to start generating enough traffic, but it always works. And I'm probably not the right person to talk about that, because you can see how many views my YouTube videos are getting, so it doesn't appear to be very successful. And I wonder why, because it's been quite some time, to be honest. But you know, the way I look at it is like every new video is a new attempt at growing my YouTube channel, basically. And the way I'm doing it is by what I think is providing value, and that's what most people say, really. So, but it just takes a long period of time, especially if you've got a blog and you're trying to, you know, write blog posts and rank and all that kind of stuff. Most of the keywords are getting competitive. That's why you need to focus on long tail keywords, and it's just an awful lot of work. It just takes a long period of time, and it's a lot of work. But if you are not like, and this is something that I notice all the time, is like, if you are not like desperate for money, and you shouldn't be, because if you know, let's assume that content marketing and growing an audience organically is a marathon, something that will take a long period of time. The one that takes the longest to monetize his audience is the one that will eventually win. And if you watch some of Gary Vee videos, he's talking about that all the time. Like, you shouldn't be in a rush to monetize your audience. Most people, they create a something to sell, and then they create a YouTube channel and, you know, try to sell their stuff on every single video, and it doesn't make, you know, good impression and stuff like that. You shouldn't be trying to sell straight away, in my opinion. And I'm not blaming anyone that's trying to sell. It's, you know, it's up to you. You can do whatever you want. But I think that you should slow down a little bit, and it's a long-term game, really. So don't be in a rush, because you're not gonna become a millionaire out of that, in most cases anyway. So yeah, basically, guys, all the platforms, all the different social media and Google, blogging, YouTube, and all that stuff, the only reason why you want to get involved with all that is to generate traffic business-wise. Or if that's not the case, maybe you just like to be, you know, to get likes on social media, or maybe you just like to, or you write blog articles just for fun because you like writing, but the main purpose, and probably the only one that makes sense, if you're result driven, obviously, is to do all of that to generate more traffic. That's why people post on social media. That's why every business needs to be on social media. That's the reason why. And a huge percentage, you will be surprised how many of the businesses don't actually know. Like, they're signing contracts with digital marketing agencies, and those digital marketing agencies are unable to deliver any results whatsoever. But the people, the businesses, like for example restaurants, or you know, law firms, or I don't know what, and it could be anything, they don't know nothing about digital marketing and social media and email marketing and none of that. So basically they're being lied to by somebody else. Not lied to, but it's just the way it is. They're unable to. There is one thing is to be a marketing agency, and it's another thing to be a social media management firm or something. Yeah, when you manage social media, you can post once a day and get 0 likes and 0 engagement, and just nothing happens. And it just doesn't deliver any results. If you post 10 times a day, well, maybe then Facebook will be, look at him, he is very, you know, they're trying to do something here, maybe we should give them a bit more reach or something. Yeah. And so the point that I'm trying to make is, be careful when you're hiring a marketing agency, because they're extremely inefficient, most of them, and you're just wasting money. It's not going to deliver any results. It's just a waste of money. And the best place for you to advertise your whatever you're doing, your product, your services, is, there is no best place. There is no best place. If you want to go organic, why don't you just go everywhere? Because it takes you need a team, and it takes an awful lot of time, and you won't be able to do it on your own. But if you have just 1 or 2 people to focus on your content marketing, I think you should be able to, you know, be pretty much everywhere, depending from your business. But you should be able to be pretty much everywhere with just a couple of people. And in terms of paid advertising, it's a different story there. But I've said that before, that if you haven't got a product to sell or a service or something, I wouldn't run paid ads to affiliate products, never, because I've done it once, and you can, there is no way that you can actually track conversions. You need to trust the vendor, and just be careful with that, because what if you're promoting just one product and all your income is coming from one product, and that product goes away the next day? You're gonna lose everything. So basically, whatever you're doing, make sure that you've got control over the whole process. You've got control over the marketing, so you know how to generate traffic. Then you've got this traffic that you're generating, you're putting them somewhere where you've got access to them all the time. It might be a Facebook group, it might be a messenger bot, or it might be an email list. And from there comes the sales process. You need to control the sales process. If it is affiliate product, the whole process ends here. You just control the marketing, so you send traffic, and before that you capture their email address and you send them to the landing page of the affiliate product, and you lose control over that traffic. So it's very important that you've got them on your list or somewhere else before that. And then the sales process can be anything, depends from the product, depends from many things. Can be webinars, can be funnels, upsells, downsells, all that kind of stuff. Can be an online store if it is a physical product, if it's a Shopify store. This is a way of selling. Having an online shop store is a way of selling. And then the last thing is the product itself. And it's very important that you control those four things: the marketing, the traffic generation, and all these YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. These are traffic generators. Then you control, you put the traffic that you take from these platforms, you put it on a list, you put it on a Facebook group, on a messenger bot, somewhere where you've got control, or a mix of all those. It shouldn't be just one. It's better if you mix them. Then you then it comes the sales process. The selling can be done through a webinar, it can be done through a funnel, it can be done through millions of other ways, a store or whatever. Then the product itself, you need to control the product, or you need to be, 100% confident with your product. If the thing that you're selling, you can't sell it face to face, then in most cases it's not a very good product. Okay, so it might be, if you're struggling to convince someone face to face that this product is worth it, then it might not be a good enough product. And I'm not talking to try to close someone and fail in closing, because that happens and you will never be able to close everyone. But if you're failing to convince people that your product is good face to face, then you don't believe in your product, and it's not going to last very long time. Even if you have some kind of success, and even if you start selling and it sells well, and I hope it does, it's probably not going to last very long, because deep inside you know that it's just not what you're saying it is, and you're basically lying, and it's not going to last long. So whatever product you're creating, it doesn't matter if it is physical, digital, or if it is a service. If it is a service, it's different, because it's a bit like you're selling yourself a little bit, so you know what you know, and it's slightly different if you're selling a service, because you know what you know, right? But if it is a physical product, it's what I find to be slightly harder. Because, for example, if it is a Shopify dropshipping store, and you're like, you will struggle to convince a person, someone that you know. For example, me, we meet together, You're trying to convince me that this product that you're selling from AliExpress is something special. I don't think it is, and that's why I'm not saying Shopify is a great platform, but the business model dropshipping from AliExpress is just you're selling rubbish and you've got no control over the product itself. And so yeah, you need to believe in if you believe 100% in that product, you will find it much easier to sell it to anyone, anytime, anywhere, right? So that was the 5th thing that I wanted to mention. So the next one is fulfilling the promise of your sales page. Yeah, so product fulfillment. Now, if product fulfillment is slightly different than fulfilling the promise. So product fulfillment is another thing that you need to have control of. So for example, if you sell on Amazon and Amazon is fulfilling the product, that seems to be great because you need to do less, and it seems to be, you know, great. But in reality, me for example, I have had many things, you know, refunds because of what was it, failed fulfillment promise or something like that. So basically, the less control that you've got over everything, the worse for your business. Yeah, because so many things can go wrong when they're not under your control, and there is nothing you can do. And with Shopify dropshipping, exactly the same. It's the same thing. It's like, so they buy something from you and then they're gonna wait 20 days for that thing to arrive. And probably, I'm not saying that it doesn't work, because obviously if so many people are doing it, it does work, but it works for what type of products, man? Who's gonna wait 21 days for something to arrive? I would never wait for something like that. Not just me, most people wouldn't. Let's be realistic, yeah? You've got what if they wait 21 days? What it says on your website? Oh, you just have to wait 21 days and it doesn't arrive on time, and they start messaging you and all that stuff, and then it turns out that you can't even find the supplier anymore because they're just someone you have never ever met and you've got no control over. This is not a reliable business, and this is not how it should be done. At least I think that this is not the right way. And let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you actually agree with what I'm saying here, or do you actually think I'm just talking some crap? Because you see, you need to control the product fulfillment. Otherwise, things can go wrong because it's not under your control. Everything needs to be under your control, and that's the only real business. Okay? Everything else is, and look, I'm not saying that you shouldn't consider any other business model where most of those things are under somebody else's control. You actually should if you're just starting out. Because when I started with that, Shopify was the first thing that I started years ago, and I failed. And I realized that, oh my god, I don't understand Facebook ads. I can't run Facebook ads. And then I was like, what I'm gonna do is I'll look for a business model where they're doing everything for me. And that's how I started doing online arbitrage, because the only thing that you do is buying products. But this is not a long-term business, to be honest. I mean, you're in the Amazon decides your fate, and you can lose everything at any time, any minute. And if that happens, there is no way you can rebuild it because you haven't actually learned a single thing. You haven't learned a single thing from doing online arbitrage. You have just learned how to sell on Amazon. What if Amazon tells you you're not gonna sell here anymore? There is no way you can replicate what you have done. There's nothing you can do. You're losing everything. So yeah, that's everything for this video. I hope you find it useful. Please comment down below, let me know what you think. I'm very curious to find you actually agree with what I just said, or type yes if you agree with what I said, or if you don't, just type no. And like the video if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one.